He had 90 minutes left to live. No phone, no help, bleeding out in a crashed car. Then he heard barking, and his heart stopped, because he recognized that bark. It was the dog he left on the side of the road 2 years ago. Let me take you back to the day it all started, the day he made a choice that would haunt him in ways he never imagined. His name was Ryan, 28 years old, new job in the city, new girlfriend, new life. Everything was finally falling into place, except for one thing. Max, his dog, the chocolate lab he'd had since he was 16, 12 years together, through high school, through college, through his parents' divorce. Max was there, always, but now there was a problem. The apartment, the perfect apartment, downtown, walking distance to work, rooftop view, everything he wanted. Except, no pets allowed. The landlord was clear. Absolutely no animals, it's in the lease. Ryan stared at the contract, then at Max, sleeping on the couch, gray around the muzzle now, moving slower than he used to. His girlfriend Sarah saw his face. You're not actually considering this. It's just until we find another place. Ryan, he's 12 years old, who's going to take him? Someone will. Dogs get adopted all the time. He's not a puppy. He's a senior dog with hip problems. Ryan didn't answer. He'd already made up his mind. The apartment was too good to pass up. 3 days later, Ryan loaded Max into the car, told Sarah he was taking him to a rescue. He lied. He drove 2 hours to a highway rest stop, middle of nowhere, plenty of travelers. Someone would find him. Someone would take him home. That's what he told himself. Max sat in the passenger seat, the way he always did, head out the window, tongue flapping in the wind, trusting. They pulled into the rest stop. Ryan's hands were shaking. He opened the door. Max jumped out, tail wagging, thinking they were going for a walk. Ryan knelt down, unclipped the leash. Max looked up at him, confused. You're a good boy, Max. Someone's going to take care of you. Max tilted his head, that thing he always did when he didn't understand. Ryan stood up, walked back to the car. Max followed. Of course he followed. Ryan opened the door. Max tried to jump in. Ryan pushed him back. No, Max. Stay. Max sat, obedient, waiting for the next command. Ryan got in the car, locked the doors, started the engine. Max stood up. Tail stopped wagging. Ryan put the car in drive. Max barked. Once, Ryan looked in the rearview mirror. Max was running, chasing the car, running as fast as his old legs could carry him. Ryan pressed the gas. Don't look back. Don't look back. He looked back. Max was still running, getting smaller, smaller. Gone. Ryan gripped the steering wheel, told himself it was the right choice, told himself Max would be fine, told himself someone would find him. He was wrong about a lot of things that day, but he was right about one. Someone did find Max, just not the way he thought. Max waited at that rest stop for 3 days. Families stopped, tried to coax him into their cars, offered food, water. Max wouldn't move. He was waiting for Ryan to come back. On the 4th day, a park ranger named Tom stopped for coffee, saw Max lying by the entrance, ribs showing, dehydrated. Tom knelt down. Hey buddy, you okay? Max lifted his head, looked past Tom, at every car that passed, searching. Tom checked for a microchip. Nothing. No collar. No tags. He tried to leave Max, thought maybe the owner was coming back, but something in Max's eyes, the way he kept watching the road. Tom couldn't leave him. He loaded Max into his truck, took him home, fed him, gave him water, a place to sleep. Max ate, but barely. He spent every night by the window, watching, waiting. Tom thought about taking him to a shelter, but Max was old, Old dogs don't get adopted. They get euthanized. So Tom kept him. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Max stopped waiting by the window, but he never stopped listening. Every car that passed, his ears would perk up. Every engine sound, his head would lift. He never forgot. Ryan, meanwhile, moved into his apartment, tried to forget. But forgetting isn't easy. Every time he saw a dog, every time he passed a pet store, he thought about Max. Sarah left him 6 months after he abandoned Max. I can't be with someone who could do that. It wasn't about the dog, Ryan. It was about who you became. Ryan told himself she was overreacting. It was just a dog. Just a dog. 2 years passed. Ryan's life moved on. New job. New city. New everything. Max was a memory. A guilty memory. But just a memory. Until one night, Ryan was driving home from a work conference. Rural highway. Dark. Raining. He was tired. Distracted. Checking his phone. He didn't see the deer. Not until it was too late. He swerved. Hard. Too hard. The car spun. Crashed through the guardrail. Rolled down an embankment. Landed upside down. In a ravine. 20 feet below the road. Ryan woke up. Blood in his eyes. Ringing in his ears. Pain. Everywhere. He tried to move. His leg was pinned. Dashboard crushed against his chest. He reached for his phone. Gone. Thrown somewhere in the crash. He tried to yell. His voice was weak. No one would hear him down here. Not from the road. Not in the rain. He was alone. Completely alone. He felt the cold creeping in. Blood loss. Shock. Hypothermia. He knew. He had maybe 90 minutes before his body shut down. He closed his eyes. Thought about his life. The choices he made. The people he hurt. Sarah was right. It wasn't about the dog. It was about who he'd become. Someone who threw away loyalty. For convenience. He deserved this. That's what he thought. As the darkness crept closer, then he heard it. Barking. Distant. Faint. Getting closer. Ryan opened his eyes. The barking was louder now. Closer. Then he saw movement. Through the shattered windshield. A dog. Coming down the embankment. Carefully. Deliberately. The dog reached the car. Sniffed the wreckage. Then looked inside. Ryan's heart stopped. Not from the injuries. From recognition. Brown fur. Gray muzzle. One ear that flopped funny. White patch on the chest. No. It couldn't be. Max. The dog's tail started wagging. Slowly at first. Then faster. Max barked. Loud. Urgent. He pawed at the window. Tried to get closer. Ryan started crying. Max. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Max didn't stop barking. He ran back up the embankment. Disappeared. Ryan thought he was leaving. Thought he'd come just to see him. Then leave him here, the way Ryan had left him. Karma. Perfect, cruel karma. But 3 minutes later, Ryan heard voices. Down here I hear something, flashlights. Someone was coming. Max appeared again. With a man behind him. Tom, the ranger. Oh my God. There's someone down here. Tom climbed down. Radio already out. I need emergency services. Single vehicle accident. Cascade Highway mile marker 47. Victim trapped. He got to the car. Looked inside. Hey buddy, stay with me, help is coming. Max sat beside the car. Whining. Pawing at the ground. Tom looked at Max. Then at Ryan. This your dog? Ryan couldn't speak. Just nodded. Tears streaming down his face. Damn lucky you've got him. I was 2 miles away checking fence lines. He came out of nowhere. Wouldn't leave me alone. Kept barking, pulling at my jacket. I figured someone was in trouble. But I never would have found you without him. Not down here. Not in the dark. Ryan looked at Max. Max looked back. No anger in those eyes. No resentment. Just love. The same look he'd given him 2 years ago, at that rest stop, before Ryan drove away. "I don't understand," Ryan whispered. "I left you. I abandoned you. Why did you save me?" Tom was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Dogs don't think like we do. They don't hold grudges. They don't plot revenge. They just love. That's all they know how to do." Max pressed his nose against the broken window, licked Ryan's hand. Ryan grabbed Max's paw, held it. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll never leave you again. I promise." The ambulance arrived. Took an hour to cut Ryan free. Broken leg, 3 cracked ribs, concussion, but alive. The EMT said if they'd found him 20 minutes later, he wouldn't have made it. Max rode in the ambulance, wouldn't leave Ryan's side. Tom followed in his truck. At the hospital, while they were setting Ryan's leg, Tom waited outside with Max. A nurse came out. "Is that his dog?" "Yeah. He can't stay here, no pets allowed." Tom looked at Max. Max looked back. "Tell you what," Tom said, "I'll wait in the parking lot. But this dog isn't leaving until his person is okay." The nurse saw the look in Max's eyes. She bent the rules. Just this once. Ryan was released 3 days later. Crutches, pain meds, but alive. Tom was waiting. Max beside him. "I called around." Tom said, "Your apartment has a strict no-pet policy." "I figured." Ryan said, "That's why He couldn't finish. "I know." Tom said, "Max and I have been roommates for 2 years. He's a good dog. The best." Ryan looked at Max. Max's tail was wagging. "I don't deserve him." "No," Tom said. "You don't. But he doesn't care about that. Question is, what are you going to do now?" Ryan was quiet. Then he said, "Can I ask you something? Why did you keep him? You could have taken him to a shelter." Tom shrugged. "Same reason he saved you, I guess. Sometimes you don't choose to help. You just do. Because it's right." Ryan nodded. Made a decision. He called his landlord. "I'm breaking my lease. I don't care about the penalty. I'm not staying in a place that won't let me keep my dog." He found a new apartment. Smaller, farther from work. Pets allowed. He moved in 2 weeks later. Max came home. To his real home. Ryan bought Max a new bed. Expensive orthopedic one. For his hips. New bowls. New toys. Everything Max needed. But Max didn't care about any of it. He just wanted to be near Ryan. That's all he'd ever wanted. Ryan kept his promise. He never left Max again. Worked from home when he could. Took Max everywhere pets were allowed. The park. The coffee shop with the outdoor patio. Even on road trips. Max in the passenger seat. Head out the window. Tongue flapping. The way it used to be. The way it should have always been. Tom and Ryan stayed in touch. Tom would visit sometimes. Check on Max. One day, Tom asked, "You ever wonder why Max was in those woods that night?" "What do you mean?" "We're 2 miles from where I live. Max never goes that far on his own. He's too old, his hips hurt. But that night, he left my property, tracked through the woods, in the rain, somehow found you, in a ravine, in the dark." "How do you explain that?" Ryan didn't have an answer. He looked at Max, asleep on the couch. Gray muzzle, slow breathing, peaceful. "I don't know," Ryan said. Maybe he was still looking for me. After all this time." Tom nodded. "Or maybe he always knew where you were, and he was just waiting for the moment you'd need him most." Ryan felt tears in his eyes. Again, he cried a lot now. Every time he looked at Max. Every time he thought about what almost happened. Max lived 3 more years. 3 good years. Ryan made sure of that. Morning walks, even when it was hard for Max. even when Ryan had to carry him part of the way. Steak on his birthday, belly rubs every night, a spot on the bed. Always, when Max's time came, Ryan was there, holding him. "Thank you," he whispered. "Thank you for not giving up on me. Thank you for saving me." Not just that night, but every day after. Max's tail wagged. One last time. Then he was gone. Ryan buried him in Tom's woods, the same woods where Max had found him. Tom helped him plant a tree, a young oak. Strong, lasting. "He'll always be here," Tom said. "In these woods." Watching, Ryan visits sometimes, sits by the tree, tells Max about his day, about the new dog he adopted, an old rescue no one else wanted. "I named him Lucky," Ryan says, "because that's what I am. Lucky that you found me. Lucky that you forgave me. Lucky that you taught me what loyalty really means." The wind rustles the oak leaves, and for a moment, just a moment, Ryan swears he hears barking. Distant, familiar, the sound of a dog who never stopped loving, even when love wasn't returned, even when love was thrown away. A dog who understood what humans take a lifetime to learn, that forgiveness isn't earned, it's given. And sometimes, the person who needs saving most isn't the one in the crashed car. It's the one who left and forgot what it means to be loyal. If you think Max deserves to be remembered, say his name in the comments. And if you've ever made a choice you regret, remember, it's never too late to make it right. The ones we hurt are often the ones still waiting to forgive us.